Hello again. This is Harry, your current president, along with Tony, your twice over Vice President of Student Activities, and Rasheen, Vice President of Education. And we're
For
here.
the nation.
Hey team.
That was really scripted, obviously. We're here to talk about elections night, which I don't know if this is going to come as a relief or something to look forward to. This is sort of the ending of everything. The first question we've been poised with: how nervous were you before that stuff came out? We've been doing this for a while now, so we've got you were still involved, Sheen.
I only did two. I wasn't involved in the other one.
Well, that still counts as a while. And we go back 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. And that they've changed quite a lot. There was the first time around, the 2013-14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 2013.
There was a weekend break between the end of voting and the results on Monday. I had managed to put my face in the way of a hockey ball and spent about 9 hours in A&E. So I came in with an eye patch going "Arr" on Monday, and we were all absolutely bricking it, weren't we? Barely look each other in the eye. Pretty much sat there just holding hands.
That was the worst. Because first time round we did campaign Monday to Thursday, and then it was on the Friday, and then that second year finished campaigning on Friday, and you sat there the whole weekend just like, what's going to happen? It just builds up as well. Because you weren't even there.
No, I went to Dublin that weekend. There was no way I was going to be able to stay calm at home during the weekend. And it was around the time that, I think it was my boyfriend's birthday, it was our anniversary or something like that, and we'd already planned this trip, and I just thought, I'm not going to cancel it. But it was a good thing, because obviously I've won one election, but I lost one election. And I think for me, I felt happier not being there the first time round, but then the second time round, it was just a really nice atmosphere on the day. Like, everyone was very supportive of each other. There was no bad blood. I think I'd be fair to say that we all kind of felt like we'd all run quite good campaigns, and you just made sure that if you did have your competition next to you, that if you did win, you didn't kind of jump up and down like, yes, in your face. You were respectful. But actually, I still keep in touch with the person that I was up against, and actually we have quite a cool relationship now, so yeah.
It is, in a weird way, I wouldn't go as far as to say a way of making friends, but you certainly shared a pretty interesting experience, a pretty unique experience together. As one of those bonding factors, isn't it?
That's true.
I mean, how did you guys feel? All 3 times for you and both times for you. How did you guys feel when those elections, the results were announced?
I was shaking. You remember, I was literally shaking. I think it's quite easy to build it up in your head though, and that's why I was shaking so much. And then obviously when I found out, both times it was the relief. Like, when I lost and when I won, it was more the relief of, at least I know now, that I just really kind of appreciated. And you know what, it's not the end of the world. It's really not the end of the world if you're not successful the first time or second time or third time or however many times you're doing it, because at least you've learned something from it. Like, I felt like I learned a lot from running, and both winning and losing.
I think that it was odd that first time round, actually, because I think I was actually more happy that Brooksy had won than I had, I think, at the time. Because obviously, President went first, and it was like, wow, like, he's actually done it. I was like, that's fantastic. And then it was just kind of like, because obviously with the, Sab rolls, VPSA goes last, so he kind of sat there just waiting for everyone else. But yeah, no, as confident, or as maybe you don't think that you're going to win, like, either way you just sit there and, like you say, you're shaking. But, like, when it gets to you, you can be as calm as you want while everyone else is going on. But yeah, no, I think it's that just finding out, like, it's just like, and it's like, oh fantastic, I've won, or oh well, I gave it my best. It's it's really annoying because obviously you tried so hard, but it's kind of like, well, that's the thing. You've got to look at it like if you've given it your best, then that's just the way it is. But make sure that when you do get to that point, that you can if you do lose, just make sure that you can turn around and say that.
Yeah,
I think it's my
There's definitely no like wasted effort in that. I've never talked to somebody or had somebody been with people at those things that they feel like they've wasted their time.
No.
So as you were saying, Sheen, it's like such a learning experience. But I think for me, I think it was a balance between that, as you were saying, that relief of thankfully finding out at the end. Like I don't think there was any difference between winning and just feeling relieved that it was over and that like that result was done. It was just like, I remember standing there, my hands on the chair in front of me, literally about to like rip the seating off, and then just to finally see the results, it was just felt absolute relief. And then I went back to work for 3 hours. Yeah, brilliant.
I think we should put this into context as well for the people that don't know or haven't been in the room. What they do is they put this massive projector screen up, they put you all in this room, and then basically the list of candidates comes up, they press a button and it just says what the votes were, and you just sit there and you're like,
no drum roll,
nothing,
countdown.
it's just like boof, right, this has happened. And especially if there's like 3 or 4 candidates, like, and you're going to go through rounds of voting, you sit there and you're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Something's,
There's some
it's
snacks
just-
on the
yeah,
side, and no matter
exactly.
how good Naffy's cooking might be, you still feel queasy going near
you're
it.
just sat there, just like, oh.
Especially when it's your first time as well, you don't understand what the screen looks
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
So all the other people who know are around you, kind of being like, well done, or like they're talking to you, or like, oh, better luck next time, and you're like, but I don't even understand what
does
the
that
screen
mean?
is saying to me right now.
Yeah. No, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty an exceptional experience, but yeah. I guess what ties into that is what we were already saying a little bit about, we're conscious of our competitors around us. Sheen probably been an interesting experience not being there and kind of finding out second hand. And then you don't every year get everybody to turn out, do you? It's always been about maybe 2/3, maybe a third. But I think it's one of the nicer things just to be able to, as you were saying, know that you've done the best and everybody else has done the best they possibly can. And you can just share that together, just be like whatever the winner or the loser is. And there are always some nice statuses that usually come out as well.
Yeah, very
It's
long,
sweet, yeah.
very very complimentary of the other candidates. Yeah.
Always got to thank everybody who's been involved.
Yeah.
It's usually the cheesiest line. I'm looking forward to not having to put one of those up this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I think I was too incapacitated last year to be able to do that, actually.
Yeah,
That's by sheer joy, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
obviously.
So the follow up in Barlat and then Sparrows is nice.
Yeah.
It is really lovely because we're right. As much as it's the elections have always been free, fair, and everything, there is an element of competitiveness which is hard to get over during that week, and then to just relax and know that you're not competing with anybody about anything. And I specifically remember one of the funniest things for me was seeing somebody I didn't know walk past me and just going, oh, I don't have to talk to you. And I just sitting there with a massive grin on my face.
Yeah.
Just being like, I don't have to do it.
Yeah. All you've been doing for an entire week is speaking to people that you don't know.
Can we talk? Can
Yeah,
we walk and
come
talk?
on,
Is that
come on.
okay?
Heard about the elections?
Yeah.
You voted? Yeah. Really?
Have you got your
Yeah.
chicken?
Yeah. That's it. Free cup
And
of
then
coffee.
you get
Do you remember
people
that?
Walk like 5 metres away. As soon as you get the chicken line out, you just see people's shoulders like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you didn't know there was chicken.
And on that very serious note of chicken, I think it's an appropriate point to close this off.
Yeah, no.
So any parting thoughts from either of you guys?
Be yourself.
Nope.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah, just do your best and then whatever happens, happens.
And remember, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't go the way that you want it to go. These things often happen for a reason. I didn't win my first round, but then I won my second round, and to be fair, it was the best time.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to everyone, obviously. Hopefully this will be useful in some way. So thanks very much.
Cheers.
Peace.